The true ancestors, vampiric beings that are an extension of the world, and among these beings are ones who are bestowed the name of Brunstud. These true ancestors are regarded as royalty. Masters, welcome to the Fate Grand Order Servant Overview for Servant, Moon Cancer, Archetype Earth, Arcuade, Brunstud. There was once a being known as the Crimson Moon Brunstud, the ultimate one of the moon. Gaia, the will of the planet, suffered, caused by the corruption of humans, and so it sent out a cry for help to other celestial bodies. The one who answered Gaia was the Crimson Moon. Brunstud offered to create a self-defense mechanism based off of itself to regulate the humans. This mechanism turned out to be the true ancestors. The ones comparable to the Crimson Moon are considered royalty and bestow the title of Brunstud. One ancestor who is part of this royal family is Arcuade, the White Princess of the true ancestors. She was created to actualize the vision of what the strongest true ancestor is. She then became a weapon and acted as the executioner of fallen true ancestors and dead apostles. Archetype Earth is a fragment of Arcuade's subconscious. It is safe to say that this is her true form, which highlights her rank as the purest out of the true ancestors. In this form, there is no doubt she is royalty. Arcuade's first skill is Rainbow Mystic Eyes A. It seals all enemies' skills for a turn, reduces their damage for 3 turns by 10 to 20%, and reduces their attack for 3 turns by 20 to 30%. Her second skill is Breath of the Planet Sea. It is a 100% NP battery that increases her own NP damage for 3 turns by 10 to 20%. Her third skill is Funny Vamp EX. It grants the party a 1 attack invincibility for 3 turns, and increases the buff removal resistance of all allies with a good alignment, as well as charging the NP gauge of the party, excluding herself by 20 to 30% when on the Millennium Castle battlefield. Her first passive is Magic Resistance A+. It increases Arcuade's own debuff resistance by 21%. Her second passive is Territory Creation EX. It increases her own arts performance by 12%. Her third passive is Item Creation A. It increases her own debuff success rate by 10%. Her fourth passive is Independent Action A. It increases her own critical damage by 10%. Her final passive is Original 1D. It increases Arcuade's quick arts and buster performance by 30% whenever she is in the Millennium Castle battlefield. Arcuade's Noble Phantasm is Marble Phantasm. It is a 4-hit AoE Buster Noble Phantasm that changes the field into the Millennium Castle battlefield for 3 turns and deals an extra 150 to 200% damage to chaotic alignment enemies depending on NP level. It also has an overcharge effect where it charges the NP gauge of living human allies, excluding herself by 20 to 40% depending on overcharge. Arcuade is an amazing buster farmer that directly competes with the likes of Melusine because of her 100% NP battery. Like Melusine, she can be used in almost every farming node that FGO throws at you, with her being able to bypass the need of a starting charge CE. But unlike Melusine, she doesn't need Oberon to buster reload. That doesn't mean you wouldn't want to use Oberon with her, since like the other Moon Cancer servants available, she lacks damage compared to other buster AoE servants, but even then, she is invaluable to any Calia that she enters. And that was the Fate Grand Order Servant Overview for Servant Class, Moon Cancer, Archetype Earth, Arcuade, Brunstud.